In the shadows of all of the fun and action in Coney Island, a heinous crime taking place near the boardwalk. Police say this man, David Devon Bonilla, a 24-year-old migrant from Nicaragua, attacked a homeless woman Sunday night. Sources say he choked the woman, held a knife to her throat, threatened to kill her, then sexually assaulted her. The entire time, his friend, Lavando Moreno, a migrant from Mexico, acted as a lookout, according to police.
A violent situation like that, it's totally unacceptable. Totally disrespectful.
Jerome Bosch is visiting Coney Island with a friend. Hearing about this makes him question everything.
It's dangerous out here, and for any woman to come out here and want to enjoy herself and feel unsafe, that ain't good.
It was around 9 p.m. The woman's boyfriend left her under the boardwalk to run a quick errand. When he returned, he saw the vicious attack on his girlfriend and tried to help. But police say Moreno attacked the boyfriend with a pipe. Bonilla has a history of sex crimes. Last year, police arrested him after he was accused of sexually assaulting a woman at a migrant shelter. He pleaded guilty to a lesser charge, spent a year on Rikers, and was released from jail in June.
I know everybody want to come and have a better life, but these migrants that's coming over here and that's putting out violence like this here, something definitely need to be done. So I don't know what the mayor doing or whoever doing or whoever, they're not doing the job. The job is not getting done.
I needed to make this video. The scariest shit just happened to me and my daughter while we were out shopping. We went into Walmart and I noticed that there was this group of men. They looked like they may have been Indian, Arabic, they were foreigners. And it was at least 6 of them working together and 2 women with them as well. I guess me and my daughter must have caught their eye. They began following us through Walmart. I'm talking the whole time that we were shopping, they were following us through Walmart. One of them made sure that they stayed in close range to me and my daughter the whole time we were in Walmart shopping. They kept making this weird eye contact with us. The energy was just really, really weird. And I told my daughter, I said, you see how they keep following us? She like, yeah. So we kept shopping. We finished up our shopping. We kept shopping. At some point, my daughter said that she was going to grab books or whatever. Now, this was a few minutes before I let her know that I caught the fact that they were following us. When it dawned on me that they were following us, I kept calling out my daughter's name. Sayani, are you okay? Sayani, Sayani, Sayani. And I was doing it intentionally. My daughter kept saying, huh, the whole time we were shopping. We get in line to pay for our stuff. 2 of them stood by the exit entrance on both sides. The other 2 got in line behind us. They picked up a few things, but they kept putting stuff down, picking stuff up, putting it down. And then I noticed that one of them absolutely paid for nothing. The other one, he grabbed like some gum and a pack of candy. So then I told my daughter, I said, let's go down to the Subway thing because y'all know a lot of the Walmarts have a Subway inside of them. We go down to the Subway thing. We stand in line to order, what we was getting from Subway. 2 of them that were at the entrance at the other end, they stood in line behind us. When the guy gave us our food, they turned and walked out of the line. They ordered nothing. They went out the door before us. So I alerted security to let them know that, hey, they had been following us through the store. I'm not feeling safe right now. Can someone walk me and my daughter to our car? So we went back to the far end entrance where we actually had come in at, where the clothing part at, it's a food entrance and then there's a clothing part. We went out that door. When we got in the parking lot, the guy noticed that security was walking us out. They noticed. They pulled off in 3 separate cars. They kind of pulled up the parking lot real slow. So we pulled further up the parking lot to go into 5 and below. We went into 5 and below. One of the same guys that was following us around in Walmart, He got out one of the vehicles that they were in, and he started following us around in the 5 and below. Every time he walked past me, he made eye contact. So the third time he walked past me, I said, I'm glad I got my gun with me today. When I said that, he moved closer to the front entrance of the 5 and below. I noticed that there were 2 small young black girls in there, and they were making a purchase. They were in line behind me. And some said, don't leave them in the store by themselves. So I turned to the girls and I said, are y'all in here with y'all parents? And so the bigger girl looked like she probably maybe was like 12, 13 years old. Little bitty thing though. She said, no, we in here by ourselves. Our parents are in the parking lot in the car. Spirit kept saying, don't leave them in the store by themselves. Don't leave them in the store by themselves. So I decided to wait. It was a good thing that I waited. This was the scariest shit to me, y'all. So I waited. Just so happens the little girl was short 45 cents on whatever they were paying for. I gave her the 45 cents. I said, I'm going to walk y'all to the car. So I made my daughter get in the car and I locked the doors. And I walked the little girls to the car where their mom was sitting in. And so I told their mom, I said, hey, you can't do this anymore. I said, you see those group of foreigners that just left out of here and got in those 2 separate cars with that big white van? I said, they followed me and my daughter all around Walmart, and then they followed us down here. I said, they're looking for their next victim. This is a message to you black mothers and y'all younger women that are shopping. If y'all little bitty things like me and y'all don't have weapons on y'all, be aware. This happened on.
I'd like to say shalom and call hello Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Rukakadosh. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Peace and blessings to those who listen. May that be you and your households. And just as you saw in the clips there, the couple of videos I showed, there is a terrible and great humbling coming to the shores of Babylon. These lofty, arrogant, and high-minded women, along with physically and mentally soft and weak-minded men, are going to be large targets for the influx of illegal immigrants making their way past the borders of the United States. And this is a planned strategy by the wicked elite, right? And of course, it's going to affect the so-called black community. The so-called black community will suffer the greatest negative impact, right? Because when Juan, Jorge, Ricardo, Miguel, and the rest of them come across the border, they're not going into Beverly Hills. They're not going into Rochester Hills, Bloomfield Hills. They're not going into Rolling Heights. They're not going into Orange County, right? They're going into the neighborhoods that Jacob primarily dwells in, okay? So if you have Venezuela on record as admitting that they're emptying their prisons and emptying their insane asylums, that they're sending rapists and murderers over here to the United States, who's going to be subject to the rape, murder, and human trafficking? It's going to be the sons and daughters of Jacob. It's going to be a lot of you single Eves out there, you black, so-called black women. I don't need a man. I got it all by myself. You are prime target for what the hell is about to go down, right? Because this place doesn't obey the law, right? The Most High has laws set up for human traffickers, okay? But this place doesn't obey the laws. You have to remember this is a lawless society, right? And Paul calls it out in his writing to Timothy. Let's go to 1 Timothy 1 and 8. The book of 1 Timothy chapter 1, verse 8. But we know that the law is good if a man use it lawfully, knowing this, that the law is not made for a righteous man, but for the lawless and disobedient, for the ungodly and for sinners, for unholy and profane, for murderers of fathers and murderers of mothers, for manslayers, for whoremongers, for them that defile themselves with mankind, for men stealers, you kidnappers, you human traffickers, for liars, for perjured persons, and if there be any of any other thing that is contrary to sound doctrine, according to the glorious gospel of the blessed power which was committed to my trust. So that's right. America obeys not the law. America obeys not the gospel. The law is against profane, man-stealing kidnappers, human traffickers that sexually assault and kill the weak. The glorious gospel of the Father, which is the law, addressed these perversions in short order, right? The Most High has short order solutions for you wicked-ass men stealers and human traffickers. There's only one resolution for you wicked men stealers and human traffickers. Exodus 21:16. The book of Exodus chapter 21 verse 16. And he that stealeth a man and stealeth and he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. He shall surely be put to death. That's the only answer. Okay? That's it. There's another video, I don't think I have time to put it in here, where there was a sister who was involved in a human trafficking scheme. She actually went into a high school and became a teacher or some sort of administrator in a high school. Her son went to the high school as well, and they two together worked to traffic young girls. It is a big business, okay? That's not something you're supposed to be doing with your own brothers and sisters. Let's go to Deuteronomy 24:7. Deuteronomy 24:7. If a man be found stealing any of his brethren of the children of Israel, and maketh merchandise of him, or selleth him, then that thief shall die, and thou shalt put evil away from among you. Again, stealing the brothers or sisters of the children of Israel, that's a death penalty. So America has a large debt to pay, along with 2/3 of these niggas that's out here kidnapping and helping foreigners to acquire little Israelite children, right? Large debt to pay for the enslavement and the abuse of Jacob on her lands. Also for the human trafficking that's taking place right now to this day. The children of Israel are supposed to be off limits, okay? Our women are the biggest targets. Every year, 50,000 plus so-called black women go missing without a trace. The so-called black woman has made a pact with the serpent Edom, okay? The serpent is losing power and is no longer able to protect the so-called black woman and keep her in power in her community. So most of our women are single or single mothers and have no man in the house. 70% of our women, single moms, single, no man in the house. Even the women that have men with them oftentimes have weak, unaware men that are unable to lead them in righteousness and protect them. So Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai is showing the world that the only true men are those that submit to his wisdom, to his will, to his laws, and his commandments. All others fall short. Okay? Simple men that can't protect. The first video I showed, the men of Babylon are destroyed. A 24-year-old Venezuelan and a 5'3" Mexican was able to stop a man from protecting his girlfriend. Right? They're coming over here. They don't have all the GMOs in their food and coming over here with the sicknesses and diseases. They come over here with vigor and strength. Okay? Even the smallest of them. And the men of this society become so weak and effeminized, right, that it's easy to beat the shit out of one of them, and make them watch while they take advantage of their woman, right? The men of this society are weak and feeble, and a lot of our Jake men are weak and feeble. Okay, let's see what our King David, what he charged Solomon to be, what he charged him to do. 1 Kings chapter 2, verse 1. Now the days of David drew nigh that he should die, and he charged Solomon his son, saying, I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong, therefore, and show thyself a man, and keep the charge of Yahweh thy power to walk in his ways, to keep his statutes and his commandments and his judgments and his testimonies, as it is written in the law of Moses, that ye mayest prosper in all that you do and whithersoever you turn thyself. Right? So our great and mighty King David, the anointed of Yahweh, charged the wise King Solomon to be a man. And he gave him instructions on how to do so. Keep the commandments, the statutes, the judgments, the testimonies, as it is written in the law of Moses. Right? Now, how many of our men are doing this? Not many. Especially you Christian men that go to these churches. You believe the laws are done away with. So you're definitely not manful. You're not manly. Okay? You're killing the source to your manhood. Right? Manhood is lacking amongst Jacob. Our women and our children are in grave danger and will be at the mercy of merciless illegal immigrants who come in here to be activated to bring civil war, to bring distress, to rob, to rape, to murder, to human traffic. This is going to be Jacob's trouble. Okay? This is going to be Jacob's trouble. Right? The men are strong. All right? Our master and our teacher, Yahweh Shai, our Redeemer, warned us of these days. Luke 11:21. Luke 11:21. When a strong man armed keepeth his palace, his goods are in peace. But when a stronger than he shall come upon him and overcome him, he taketh from him all his armor wherein he trusted, and divideth his spoils. He that is not with me is against me, and he that gathereth not with me scattereth. So our men are not armed spiritually with the armor of Yahweh. That is his righteousness. Yahweh protects those who submit to him. Our men have become weak and feeble. Right? The Ruach HaKodesh, the spirit of Yahweh Shai, is not with them. And that's going to prove to be deadly in these last days. Okay? Those of us in this faith, we have to pray. We got to pray that the Most High protects us and keep us. Our righteous King David put up a prayer for us that we can reflect to in this day. Right? And I'm going to go ahead and read that prayer. Psalm 141. Yahweh, I cry unto thee. Make haste unto me. Give ear unto my voice when I cry unto thee. Let my prayer be set forth before thee as incense, and the lifting up of my hands as the evening sacrifice. Set a watch, O Yahweh, before my mouth. Keep the door of my lips. Incline not my heart to any evil thing. To practice wicked works with men that work iniquity, and let me not eat of their dainties. Let the righteous smite me. It shall be a kindness, and let him reprove me. It shall be an excellent oil, which shall not break my head. For yet my prayer also shall be in their calamities. Calamity for the wicked. When their judges are overthrown in stony places, they shall hear my words, for they are sweet. Our bones are scattered at the grave's mouth, as when one cutteth and cleaveth wood upon the earth. But mine eyes are unto thee, O Yahweh, thy power. In thee is my trust. Leave not my soul destitute. Keep me from the snares which they have laid for me, and the gins of the workers of iniquity. Let the wicked fall into their own nets, whilst that I withal escape. Right? This is a righteous prayer and song by our King David. We give special emphasis to verses 8 through 10. We pray that our eyes are upon the Most High power of Yasharallah. We pray to escape the traps of Edom, who is setting snares for the people of Babylon, and specifically for the tribes of Jacob. In Yahweh Ratazah, we will be preserved and found worthy for salvation. We pray for the wicked to fall into their very own traps, and they will. Thus says the Holy Bible. Thus says Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Be diligent, keep the faith. With that, I want to say shalom.